First tonight on News 3, reports of damage after a storm rolls through southern Wisconsin. Plus, new information tonight about the explosion in Sun Prairie. An update straight ahead.
This is News 3 at 10.
A line of storms moving through south central Wisconsin tonight, bringing with it heavy rain and strong winds, prompting several warnings and watches. This is a time lapse of the storm from our WISC sky camera as the storm moved in. Thanks for watching us tonight. This line of storms has since moved through most of the viewing area, but it did leave behind some damage. Let's go straight away to meteorologist Dave Caulfield in the Weather Center with an update.
Amanda, the severe thunderstorm watch for southern Wisconsin has been canceled as of just a couple of minutes ago, and we are still dealing with some light rain showers in spots, maybe with a couple of flashes of lightning, but that's about it. Nothing in comparison to just a few hours ago when a strong line of showers and thunderstorms was moving through. Local storm reports showing lots of downed power lines and downed trees. Those are the orange dots and green dots that you see on our local storm reports. Also some small hail earlier on this afternoon and evening. Here's what downtown Madison looks like right now in the Edgewater Skycam. Not too bad at the present time. Temperatures are in the low 70s, and that's about a 20-degree drop from just a few hours ago when we were in the low 90s. Dew points are right around 70 as well. We unfortunately don't get rid of this humidity until we head into the start of next week. Wind speed's not too bad, pretty variable at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Your day planner for tomorrow starting off in the upper 60s. We'll head into the low 80s with more chances for showers and thunderstorms. We'll track that, plus talk about damage reports in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Dave. The storm did knock out power for thousands of people. Here's a look at the current Alliant Energy power outage map. According to Alliant, there are still more than 1,000 people without power. In Lafayette County, a scary situation there as a campground in Gratiot, that's southeast of Darlington. Around 10 campers were flipped over at a campground. According to the owner, only one camper had people in it. One person has a broken arm and was taken to the hospital. Also reports of damage in the Edgerton area tonight. That's where our Adam Duxter is now. Hi, Adam.
Amanda, we're in Edgerton. We've been driving around all night looking at storm damage, but take a look at this building behind me. The roof has partially come off. There's bricks laying down on the ground, though caution tape is all set up. We've been going all around Wisconsin today. Earlier, we were in Stoughton where we passed a building, actually a residential home, about 13 different people, fire, emergency services, police, you name it. They were coming there to serve for a lightning strike. Again, there's also been some residential fires reported, so we've been tracking it all night long. But once again, we're in Edgerton, so our Rock County viewers, take a look at this. That's that building. We're right off of Main Street in downtown Edgerton. Again, that's that damage done by the wind. Part of the roof completely come off. Again, this is something we'll be continuing to track all night long.
All right, Adam Duxter reporting live for us from Edgerton. Thank you, Adam. And as we enter the weekend, if you are away from your TV, stay up to date with the latest weather information with our Channel 3000 weather app. It includes our accurate 12-hour and 10-day forecast, free in the App Store. It's now been more than 72 hours since the devastating explosion in Sun Prairie. Today, some residents were allowed inside their homes for the first time, but only for a short period of time, and they had to be accompanied by a first responder. This evening, the contractor who was involved in work in Sun Prairie before the explosion, Bear Communications, has identified a subcontractor they say was working on their behalf. A spokesman for Bear Communications says that work was being performed by VC Tech Incorporated. In a statement today, Bear says VC Tech was working in the area prior to the blast, and when VC Tech's employees smelled gas, they notified authorities of the gas leak and assisted in evacuating people from the area before the explosion occurred. As of today, the 100 block of Bristol Street remains closed as the investigation into the explosion continues. Since it happened, other fire services are stepping in to allow the Sun Prairie Fire Department time to grieve the loss of Captain Corey Barr. News 3's Adam Duxter spoke with firefighters who are stepping in.
It's still hard to process.
To walk around that corner and look down that street, it blows your mind.
Even for the most seasoned fire veterans.
As a responder in this line of work, I've not seen anything like this in 20-some years.
Following Tuesday's tragedy in Sun Prairie, fire departments from across the state of Wisconsin are stepping in to give Sun Prairie firefighters time.
They took care of their people. They did what they needed to do. Now they're taking care of themselves, and that's why we're here.
A small gesture.
We'll take care of your calls. We'll make sure your people are safe. We'll make sure things are okay in your time of need. You take the time that you need, we'll take care of it.
That means more.
The fire service community is pretty small, so we're all pretty tight. When one thing happens to one department, it's very easily that it affects other departments. So to be here, to do this, to be able to put their mind at ease, for them to go and deal with what they need to deal with is huge.
And goes beyond the badge.
People talk about the fire service and the emergency services as a whole being a brotherhood. This is exactly what that means. We're here helping. You grieve, we grieve. It goes hand in hand.
Verona isn't the only department helping in Sun Prairie. Departments from multiple counties have been taking shifts while their departments are still working back at home. And we're learning even more about the amazing things Corey Barr accomplished in his short 34 years. The fallen firefighter was selected as Firefighter of the Year by the American Legion in 2016. The Sun Prairie Post tells News 3 Corey was selected because of his dedication to the community, both as a firefighter and a businessman. A special U.S. honor flag is in Wisconsin to honor Captain Barr. It's brought to funerals across the country to pay tribute to those who have lost their lives in the line of duty protecting others. An Army veteran took the flag to Ground Zero after the September 11th attacks and has used the flag to honor heroes ever since. The flag was flown from South Florida and arrived in Milwaukee this morning.
The flag represents the sacrifice that these heroes make every single day when they leave their homes without hesitation to protect others and to save others' lives, and they put their lives on the line every single day, and so that flag represents that sacrifice and to make sure that these heroes are never forgotten.
The flag has traveled more than 7 million miles, honoring thousands of heroes. Every time the flag is touched, a new pair of gloves are used. When the flag leaves, the pair used today will be gifted to Corey Barr's family. A billboard also went up today in honor of Captain Barr. It says, "Fallen, Never Forgotten, Captain Corey Barr." It's located along 151 as you come into Madison. There's an opportunity to show your support for Captain Barr and firefighters across Wisconsin. A public memorial visitation for Barr will be held at Sun Prairie High School tomorrow from 8 to 10. The services for Barr will begin at 11. A private visitation was held tonight. While many residents get to slowly but surely return to their homes, those who lived above their businesses that were destroyed still have no place to go. We spoke with one woman who is experiencing just that. She owned a hotel that she was going to open for business in the next couple weeks before all of this happened. Now she's not only lost her business, but her home too. She says she's glad she's safe and her kids are alive. Although the things that were destroyed are just material items, she still feels lost and is unsure what to do or where to go at this point.
Just stuff, but it's just, I feel like devastated, frustrated.
Stephanie says through the work and camaraderie of the community, she's been able to book a hotel room for the next week. She says she's still unsure of what the next steps for her are after, but hopes to still carry on with her business plans and find a permanent home soon. Sun Prairie Resource Center, Sunshine Place, has been instrumental in getting people the help and resources they need. They continued that today as part of a joint effort with multiple groups at the Sun Prairie High School. They say helping the victims in this explosion is especially meaningful because Corey Barr had reached out to them prior to his passing.
We sat down not too long ago and talking about how can he give back to Sunshine Place. And so he himself led as a true example and just wanting to give back.
Sunshine Place says they need financial donations more than anything else. Every dime is going back to the victims. And this coming Tuesday, July 17th, News 3 will be partnering with the Bank of Sun Prairie for an all-day telethon to raise money for the Disaster Relief Fund. Our phone lines will be open from 4:30 in the morning until 10:30 at night to help keep Sun Prairie strong. Next tonight at 10, a child hit by a car today on Madison's west side has died. Police said the child was taken to the hospital after being hit around 3:30 this afternoon on Prairie Hill Court. The incident remains under investigation. And up in Dodge County, crews are continuing to investigate a double fatal crash. It happened around 4 this afternoon on Highway 19 in the township of Portland, about a mile east of Waterloo. The Sheriff's Department says 2 cars collided head-on. The highway was closed for about 3 hours. No names of the victims have been released. And an update to our breaking news from last night. An investigation is underway in Fitchburg after a man was shot multiple times last night. Police say it happened just before 10 near Leopold Elementary School and the Springs Park in the 2500 block of Post Road. When officers arrived at the scene, they found a 29-year-old man with multiple gunshot wounds. He was taken to the hospital with injuries that are not believed to be life-threatening. A white SUV was seen leaving the area, but there's no other information about the suspect. 10 minutes after that shooting, Fitchburg police responded to the 3300 block of Leopold Way for reports of shots being fired. Police say an apartment building there had been shot multiple times, but no one was injured. Police do not know if the 2 incidents are related, but say they do believe that the acts were not random. In response to a rise in shots fired incidents, the Fitchburg Police Department is looking to hear from the community. Fitchburg Police Chief Chad Brecklin will lead a community meeting next Tuesday and Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. The first at the Fairways Apartment Office on Traceway Drive and the second at the Head Start Center on Red Arrow Trail. There's more to come tonight. A popular diving location on Lake Michigan just added to the National Registry of Historic Places. But first, a local gym owner going above and beyond for recovering addicts. Her story next. Welcome back. Exercise isn't just to get in better shape. That's the message from a gym in Madison whose owner said it saved her life. After struggling with addiction, Katie Kiss says working out at Badger Fitness helped her stay sober. She now oversees a Badger Fitness location and helps clients who are dealing with addiction and mental health issues recover by working out.
Whatever it takes, you're gonna fall a bunch of times. Trust me, it's gonna happen. But your recovery is how you come up from that fall. And this will help you come up with not just strength mentally, but physically.
Katie is hoping to start working with the justice system to provide drug offenders the option of working out as another outlet in recovery. The Batmobile and other famous movie and TV cars have found their way to central Wisconsin for the annual Iola Classic Car Show since 1972. The car show has featured antique automobiles that are no longer on the market. Over the last 40-some years, the car show has expanded and now includes more than 2,000 cars. A shipwreck site in Lake Michigan, just offshore near Manitowoc, is now on the National Registry of Historic Places. The Arctic was a tug that wrecked in 1930. Now that it's on the registry, the protections will keep the shipwreck intact for anyone who wants to study and observe it. The White House says Monday's summit between President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin is still on, despite calls to cancel it following the indictment of 12 Russian nationals on charges that they tried to interfere with the 2016 presidential election. Mola Langi has the latest from the White House.
President Trump is spending the weekend at one of his private golf courses in Scotland, where aides say he'll prepare for Monday's summit in Helsinki with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
I'm not going in with high expectations, but we may come out with some very surprising things.
Less than 72 hours before that meeting, the Justice Department announced charges against 12 Russian intelligence officers, accusing them of interfering with the 2016 U.S. presidential election.
The defendants hacked into computer networks and installed malicious software that allowed them to spy on users.
During a news conference Friday with the British Prime Minister Theresa May, the president said he will address Russian meddling with Putin.
I will absolutely bring that up. I don't think you'll have any, gee, I did it, you got me. There won't be a Perry Mason here, I don't think, but you never know what happens.
The White House responded to the indictment by emphasizing that no Americans were charged and no one from the Trump campaign was implicated. Still, many Democrats and at least one Republican are calling on the president not to meet with Putin. Arizona Senator John McCain released a statement saying if the president is not prepared to hold Putin accountable, the summit should not take place. But the White House says the face-to-face meeting is still on. Mola Langi, CBS News, the White House.
The Kremlin has denied interfering in the U.S. election, claiming the indictment is designed to, quote, spoil the atmosphere before the Russian-American summit. Well, things have calmed down a little bit, but it's really been a crazy night with weather.
Yeah, speaking of the atmosphere, it was pretty unstable across southern Wisconsin earlier this afternoon. Lots of sunshine, high humidity, and that created some severe thunderstorms for much of this afternoon into the evening. The good news is the severe weather is done for the night. The severe thunderstorm watch was allowed to expire in some spots and also canceled in other spots. We're just seeing some very light rain showers on Doppler track this evening and maybe just a few strikes of lightning here and there. Local storm reports, lots of them from this line. Very gusty wind of about 70 to 75 miles per hour in some spots. Also some very heavy rain in Edgerton, portion of an exterior wall where Adam was earlier in this newscast, and that happened around 8 this evening. And in Lafayette County, a camper rolled over with multiple injuries, and that was around 7, all because of this big line of showers and thunderstorms. Also dropping some very heavy rain, some flooding reported earlier in Grant County. Rain amounts estimated about 2.5 to 3 inches, even local amounts being reported of about 4 or 5 inches over a 12-hour period. So this was really heavy rain that came through. And if you were outside in Madison or just looking out a window in Madison tonight, you saw what we all saw and experienced, which was just torrential downpours for about 30 minutes or so. And just like that, it's gone in Madison. And in downtown Madison on the Edgewater Skycam, we're looking at nicer conditions right now. The humidity does come with us, though, as we head into tomorrow, but the warmth does not. We're going to be cooler tomorrow. Denise Jensen sends in this photo of a great-looking shelf cloud, or a scary-looking shelf cloud, depending on who you ask. If you ask me, looks great, but normal people would say looks a little bit scary coming through. This is ahead of that line of showers and thunderstorms in Janesville. Thank you so much for sending this in. And check out this shot. Just in time to get the great sunset photos across much of southern Wisconsin. The rain moved out just in the nick of time, and Pam sends in this post-storm sunset looking toward Mineral Point. Fantastic photo. Temperatures right now in the 60s and 70s, and that's where dew points are as well. Some patchy fog is possible as we head into tonight. The heat index much better. It felt like close to the triple digits at times this afternoon. Late this evening, it feels closer to 70. Tonight, mild and muggy, thunderstorms possible as we head into the overnight hours. They won't be severe if they do form. Tomorrow, humid, not as warm with showers and thunderstorms possible. Future track running a little bit behind schedule, but we could see a few blips on the radar overnight and into early on Saturday. Then some more showers and thunderstorms possible Saturday, and as we head into Sunday as well. Things are maybe going to be a little bit warmer on Sunday, and it could feel like the 90s once again, depending on how widespread those thunderstorms are if they do form on Sunday. Precipitation potential, about another inch of rain possible for some of us, with additional thunderstorm activity possible as we head into Saturday and Sunday. After that, though, Monday, things will start to wrap up in the rain department as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday. That's when the weather turns very nice. Temperatures in the low 80s, lots of sunshine and low humidity, maybe even dipping into the 70s on Thursday with just a chance of showers. Friday also looking nice before the humidity comes back for next weekend and temperatures head back into the upper 80s. But yeah, pretty active afternoon and evening, but we can all hopefully go to bed with not too much damage across the area, and cleanup starts tomorrow.
And hopefully it won't be too bad tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't think it will be severe at all. Just some garden variety thunderstorms.
Okay, thank you so much, Dave. Well, the Brewers try a new look tonight in Pittsburgh, but it doesn't help one bit. That story coming up in sports.
Brewers have had their share of troubles in Pittsburgh the last few years, and this weekend, well, looks like a familiar story. Junior Guerra models the Brewers' throwback uniforms tonight, and he probably wants to go back to the regular ones. Gregory Polanco hits this one a long way. Guerra gives up 6 runs. Final score, Pirates 7, Brewers 3. They'll play a doubleheader in Pittsburgh tomorrow. 8 Madison Mallards selected to the South Division Northwoods League All-Star team, including Jake Randa, Tyler Plantier, Trevor Schwecke, Drew Campbell, David Vinsky, Trace Norcus, Carson Ragsdale, and Dalton Wiggins. They'll play in the Northwoods League All-Star game in Kalamazoo July 24th. They had to figure it'd be tough for the Mallards Lakeshore Chinooks game to get in at Warner Park tonight, but they did get started. And in the first inning, the Mallards got a run on the board, bases loaded walk to Garrett Kieber to score Trevor Schwecke. They got to the bottom of the second, but that's when the weather turned. Ooh, that looks nasty. Game suspended. They'll resume in the second inning next Tuesday afternoon at 4 at Warner Park. The World Cup returns this weekend with the final 2 games. Tomorrow, England, Belgium play for 3rd place at 9 a.m. Madison time. The championship match is Sunday morning at 10 Madison time. France and Croatia in Moscow. One of the greatest and longest matches in Wimbledon history today. It was Kevin Anderson against John Isner in the semifinals. They went 5 sets. The 5th set went 50 games. Anderson 26, Isner 24. The match went 6 hours and 35 minutes. The other semifinal, Novak Djokovic leads Rafael Nadal 2-1. That match was suspended by curfew. They'll resume that tomorrow before the women's final between Serena Williams and Angelique Kerber. Last night, the Bucks' Jabari Parker sent out a message on Instagram. He was at a basketball court in Bayview and wanted some guys to join him. All of a sudden, some guys off the streets were playing pickup basketball with Jabari Parker. Parker, who's a restricted free agent, is expected to get an offer from the Bulls soon. He says last night, though, he was all Milwaukee.
Tonight, I just wanted to bring the community together, get some good run in, and I just want to see people. That's all I want to do. Oh, it was fantastic, man, just seeing the joy and the love of the game. It's a dream for me.
Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers is enjoying his final days of summer vacation. He's playing golf in the American Century Championship in Lake Tahoe this weekend. Today he's paired with Carson Palmer and Tony Romo. Rodgers plays a lot of golf, and as a result, he has a very nice golf swing. And more often than not, that swing produces some very nice shots. This one sets up a birdie. Rodgers is in 14th place after the first round in Lake Tahoe. Joe Pavelski is the leader of that tournament. Another local favorite plays in the second round of the John Deere Classic on the PGA Tour. Steve Stricker has always had success in the Quad Cities, but he needed a good round to make the cut. And he did just that today. 66 puts him at 6 under for the tournament. Play was suspended late in the second round with the projected cut at 3 under. Stricker should be just fine for the weekend. The problem is he's 10 shots behind the leader, Michael Kim. And still another local favorite playing major on the PGA Tour champions. Jerry Kelly at the Senior Players Championship. How about this for a 25-foot putt for birdie on the par 3 14th hole? Kelly's at 4 under par, 24th place, 7 behind the leader, Scott Perrell. And we'll be right back.
The severe weather is done for tonight, not coming back anytime this weekend, even though we do have a chance of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow and Sunday. But for now, just some very light rain showers over the last hour, mostly moving into the Milwaukee area overnight. But we could still see a few thunderstorms overnight and into tomorrow as well. Cooler with temperatures in the low 80s.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night.